once the opportunity arose for him to close the show, he did it in emphatic style.
Whatever he hits falls.
UMAR, AHMED, IFL TV, MTK Global. We're in Las Vegas, the new home of the Gypsy King, joined by Hughie Fury.
How you going?
All good.
Good.
Why have you got? You need them shades on, or gangster.
I played gangster last time I was on an interview, so.
All good, Hughie.
All good. Just got landed in Vegas yesterday. Just jumped straight into this media. It's all exciting. We got here yesterday. It was a good turnout with the public workout.
A lot of Brits there.
A lot of Brits. You know, it's Vegas or not. It's the MGM, isn't it? So they're going to travel over. It's a long way, and people that don't come over, I can understand because it's a lot of money. They only come a few months ago. Good turnout last time. So if they don't make this one, they'll make the last one. Next one.
Fury mania here. You got yourself, Shane, Tyson, Tommy Fury is obviously now a celebrity in his own right.
I didn't actually know he was coming, but yeah, he's done well. You know, the main thing is he's not done it off Tyson's back. He's had as much opportunity as I have, really, and he's won on Love Island. And at the beginning, he was a bit iffy on going and whatnot, and it's obviously turned out a good decision because a lot of opportunities away from boxing's come. So it's good. I'm happy for him.
Yeah, I mean, once I spoke to him, he's going to carry on with his boxing career, and he's on like 2 million social media followers. So
listen, it's good. It's good. You can earn a living off to have that many followers. I'm sure you can earn a living off just that. So the boxing, I don't know. When you've got so many other good things going, do you really want to go wake up and go get punched in the face for a living? Probably not. So if he really wants to do it, there's a lot of willpower. I'll be credit to him if he comes back and actually does anything with it. He might have a couple more fights, but I can't see him sticking in when there's easier money to be earned elsewhere.
Fair enough. We don't really know the sort of potential he has. He's very early into his career. He's had this big break. What were you seeing from him in the gym? Is he good? Yeah.
Yeah.
He's got talent.
He's a very talented lad. Listen, you can be as talented as you want. I know this. Well, I wasn't talented, but I know this from experience. You can look as good on the pads. You can be sparring good. But listen, when you're fighting those journeymen, just starters off, because I think he only had like 6 or 7, maybe even 10 amateur fights.
Was that it?
Yeah. Oh. It's hard because experience, you can be as good as you want. When you're on someone your own level who's had just as much experience as you're okay. But when you've got these guys, you know, they're not very good. They've had 50 fights, probably won 5. But they're very experienced. You know how to move that a little bit, to stay out the way, a little bit awkward. So it's hard to see him on telly because I've seen 2 of his fights. You think he got a win by points and a stoppage. He looked okay, but he ain't seen the best of it because he works hard and he's put a lot of dedication into the boxing before the Love Island job, and it's a shame that he hasn't got to show actually where he can go because he's a talented kid. But again, inexperienced show, so you can't really see how good they are until they get some fights under their belt and start cracking on with the career.
On to your brother. Listen, you can't ever overlook a fight, but we do expect obviously him to come in unscathed on Saturday night and move on to that Wilder rematch, which is going to be a mega fight. Just want to ask you about Wilder's recent comments. I spoke to Tyson and Shane about this, the fact that he wants to fight the winner of Joshua Ruiz too, and he wants to offer stepside money to Tyson. What do you make of that?
When you've signed the contract, it'd be silly for Tyson to step aside, and it's just a way, in my opinion, to sign a weakness. Because me and Tyson, I was on the phone, Tyson, about 2 weeks ago, and was talking. I watched the Wilder fight, and I rung him up. He had 3 years out the ring, abused his body and come back, lost 10 stone. Now, to an average person, I'm 2 stone overweight, and I can't lose that weight without mental torture. So however he's lost 8 or 10 stone, one of the two. So it's marvellous, listen. But, so if he couldn't beat someone who had 3 years out the ring, lost, let's say, 8 stone, and had fought 2 guys probably as good as me, I'd give him just as good as fight, so pretty shit. To go in with supposedly the hardest puncher ever been and one of the best, so he says himself, and he couldn't get rid of him. That was his only chance, in my opinion, to spark Tyson out. If Wilder was as good as he says he is, he should have walked Tyson, hit him and done him within 3 rounds because of the inactivity. But he clearly never. He got beat. Even when Tyson, later on in the fight, when Tyson was supposed to wear out, even when he got dropped, he come back and won most of that round. Yeah, big right and left hook on 2 occasions. You know, I think it was like early in the round, both times he got dropped. And when he got up, 30 seconds after it was all gone, when his head cleared, he was back winning the round. So if he can't do that mentally, how's Wilder going to be coming into the rematch when he's had 3 fights? Three fights, is it, yeah? After this one?
Wallin, Schwartz.
So on his 3rd fight back. So it's 5th fight back. What's he going to be like when he's at his weight? Now, Tyson obviously lost a lot of weight, so he wasn't strong at the weight. He was down at the weight, he was loose skin, narrow top on him, but now he's really big as a bull. He's really strong, hitting hard, as you've seen yesterday on the pads.
Ferocious.
It was ferocious. So I was going to look at that and think, well, if I couldn't beat the guy who lost all that weight, been through whatever, suicide issues, the lot, how am I going to beat this animal who's determined to come back and whatnot? Do you know what I mean? So I had someone spark out on the back and they got up and then beat me the rest of that round. So it's mentally impossible. It's going in. So I wouldn't want to fight Tyson again. Forget that. There's a lot of easier fights out there. You know, Joshua's a massive fight out there. Not saying, listen, Joshua's very good and he's achieved a great deal in the sport.
He's got to beat Ruiz first.
100%. Listen, but that's an hard fight. And the Ruiz, there's a lot easier work out there than Tyson for probably equal as amount as money. So why take the local one? But he signed the contract, so I don't know why they're talking like that. But on the other hand, Wallen, he's not one to be overlooked. There's not a great deal of footage. I was trying to look on the internet and get footage. There's like footage from 2015. And personally, he didn't look great then. But that's, 4 years ago now. A lot can change. So let's not look over Wallen. I know no one's heard of him and probably not going to be a lot of interest in this fight. But everyone is no one until they beat someone. If Wallen comes in and knocks Tyson out, he's the biggest star in boxing. Well, one of the biggest stars. People's looking at... I watched an interview with Anthony Joshua the other day. And again, I'm not digging at Joshua. I think he's great and he's good for the sport. He's turned it around. But he's saying, I'm fighting top contenders like Ruiz and Tyson's fighting pub guys like Wallen. But look back probably 6 months ago, before he fought or even mentioned of fighting Joshua, who was Ruiz? A guy who went to New Zealand, put a good account himself up for fighting Parker, but he was no one at the end of the day. A guy who's been inactive.
He was picked, wasn't he?
He was picked. He was picked. You know, I was watching it. He was getting laughed at on the scales. People thought, oh, well, look here, there's a replacement. You know, it's a joke. How are they going to have this as pay-per-view? Not buying this. I was looking at on the comments, and now he's turned Joshua upside down, and now they're saying he's the best thing since sliced bread. So it only takes one fight, one good win, signature win, and you're on top of the game. So I ain't looking past Wallen. He's a southpaw, 6'6". And there's no footage. When there's no footage, you don't know how good they are. It could be terrible, don't get me wrong. It could be. But there's always that unknown quantity of how it's going to go.
Just back to you, I think you're a bit harsh on yourself. Asgi always tells me you're the most talented out of everyone.
I think Asgi likes me a bit. But no, with me, I only had 2 amateur fights. And I was young, I was 18, not in me matured, not with my strength yet. And I give it a good go, but I've not got the best of eyes. And before, when at that time, social media, listen, it's big, but it wasn't that big, so I didn't have a big following, and there wasn't a great deal of money in it. So for me to go out as like a fighting every couple of months, and let's say I get a couple of grand a fight, it's not worth it. I could earn more money elsewhere, and I got married, and I want to provide a family. You know what I mean? So boxing wasn't good for me.
Fair enough. Just closing off. What do you make of like the whole change of attitude from the public towards not just Tyson but the whole Fury family? Before the Klitschko fight and even after it, you guys were viewed as enemies in your own country. Now I've been around you guys a lot of camps now, and you're the most friendliest guys. Tyson, you, Shane. Just met Tommy for the first time. Lovely guy. But now the perception has changed. You're loved now. The Furies are loved. Yeah,
listen, to be honest, before the Klitschko fight, I don't know. We were just big gypsy guys, wasn't we, at the end of it? Well, I'm a small gypsy guy, but I don't know why there was hated. Tyson said a lot of stupid things, which people can have their own opinions on. It's what it is, but a lot of people don't agree with it. We're living in a world that there's 100 genders now, so
but let's
you can't please it.
Keep
you know
it real.
I mean?
The world's going crazy.
100%. You know, it's totally turned around because I think at the beginning, who's going to relate to a big, arrogant gypsy? Nobody. Yeah, but now he's went for the mental health. You know, we didn't realise how ill he was at the beginning, and now listen to the podcast, what he's been doing, and all the interviews and going in depth. It was like, fucking, was he really that bad?
It's a bit sad that there was no one clocked at the time.
It
really,
because like, I've heard an interview where Shane said in our family it was like you're weak-minded, or it's just he's looking for attention. Do you know what I mean? Because Tyson's always the biggest drama queen in the world.
Pitying, like self-pitying. Yeah.
But clearly it wasn't. It was a serious thing. And when I heard the interview, because I didn't know he was with the Ferrari story he was driving at, and that choked me up because fucking hell, like I wasn't even in the country then. I thought like I couldn't be there. But on the other hand, how it's totally changed. People can relate to him. There's a lot of people. Listen, mental health is a massive thing. Do you know what I mean? Everyone can relate to it. And for someone to be driving at a cliff, driving at a bridge, so say, next couple of minutes, he possibly could be dead. And to come back from that and to be where he is today, a lot of people can relate to him and find inspiration to if he can do it, why can't I? We're only human at the end of the day, and they can. Listen, everyone has dark days, and it's terrible. I suffer with myself, and sometimes I think what's it all about. But then look at Tyson, and it's total inspiration, isn't it? Do you know what I mean?
Would you still suffer?
I battle with it day-to-day basis.
Okay.
Sometimes in a good mood talking to you, I look at that wall for 2 seconds and I'm in a shit mood, terrible. So I don't think it's something to be...
Do you seek help?
No.
No?
Listen, Tyson never seeks help. He seems a psychiatrist, and he's the best help as you get.
Of
To have him
course,
as a
I mean,
brother, as
yeah.
a role model, listen, look up to him.
Well, he's an ambassador for mental health.
100%. So if he can do it, anyone can do it. And it's this worst thing about it is I pity these people who's not got no one to talk to, who's not got brothers, who's not got sisters, no family members, and they're stuck by themselves in this house or wherever they live, and they're thinking about it. And that's where suicides come from, when there's no one to talk to, because you can think like that, and the smallest thing can change your mind and be happy again, and you don't want to do something daft, you know what I mean? But moment of weakness, and a lot of people's lives just get taken, and it's a shame.
To be fair, you never know what's going on in someone's personal life. So
No, listen, I could be talking to you now, but I could be thinking of suicide, and I could go outside and do it. You just don't know. So I don't like pressuring people into doing things, and I don't think you should. Don't put a lot of pressure on people's shoulders, because that can happen. And the main thing is, like you say, you don't know what goes on in people's head. So just don't be nasty to people, you know, and don't. Even down to road rage. I know it sounds daft, but you could be having a road rage with someone, then take it having a bad day already and say, I've had enough of this. Even that person who don't even know me in the car don't like me. Do you know what I mean? So it's
little
I'm gonna
things,
little stupid things. So I say live and let live, and the best be the let it be. Hopefully there's in the future there'll be more publicity on mental health, and there's a lot more help on it.
I'm sure your brother can
And
help
it won't
with
be a weakness to come out and say, I suffer with mental health. It's be something that they can come out and they'll get the problem resolved.
All right, Hughie, thanks for your time. Enjoy the rest of Vegas. Yeah, and thanks for always keeping it real.
No problem.
Top man.
Good man.
Once the opportunity arose for him to close the show, he did it in emphatic style.
Whatever he hits falls.